Hello children, we are going to read The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond. Now Ruskin Bond is quite familiar figure to every one of you, I believe. He is also known as children's author. He was born in 1934 at Kasauli in Himachal Pradesh. He is an Indian author, an Indian writer. He is well known for his role in promoting children's literature in India. He is known to have written more than 500 essays, short stories and novels. He started his career by working in a photo studio. He worked there while he was looking for publisher for his works. Ruskin Bond won Sahitya Akademi Award for his book Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. Then he received Padma Shri and he was awarded Padma Bhushan as well. Now let us read the story of a mischievous monkey who got on nerves. Yes, grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. Just 5 rupees? You think it's relevant in today's world? The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Trough, you can see a narrow open container for animals to eat or drink out of. Private zoo means where other animals would also be there. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief. He looked so mischievous, so naughty, and his bright eyes sparkled, shone beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, means he had extremely white teeth. You can see in the picture, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. Means the ladies were afraid of that little monkey, as it was impish, malicious, naughty, playful, or artful. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Pickled means soured. Pickles, you know what is pickle? That is sour thing to eat, and the writer says that his hands looked so dried as if the dried pickles were kept in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, that were naughty, and he always had mischief on his mind. And his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks. Funny. Also served a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy. Scooping up means gulping up. That might be out of reach of his hands. Means he could use his tail as the third hand as well. You can see in the picture that the monkey is too naughty. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animals. Grandmother became troubled or complained. She used to bicker when she saw grandfather bringing a new bird or animal at home. But grandfather, he was animal lover. He used to bring so many animals at home. We'll see later in the chapter. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet, little cupboard opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely and he was safe. Who was safe? Monkey was safe. And the name of the monkey? Toto, as you read in the lesson. Or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. Peg means a hook. You can see in the picture. Peg fastened into the wall. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back, who is I here? The narrator. I came back to release Toto. We found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. Oh, means the monkey was too mischievous, too naughty. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, taken out from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds, was in pieces. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He was okay with everything. He seemed pleased with Toto's presence, like grandparents when they laugh at their grandchildren mischief. Parallelly think of the situation that when children used to do some mischief or some kind of mistake or some kind of misconduct, they play with the things. Then parents get angry, while grandparents, they feel like laughing. Moving on to next part. He's clever, said grandfather. Given time, I'm sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. He's very naughty. His presence in the house still a secret means grandmother has not yet come to know about the monkey. Toto was now transferred to big cage. See what plans grandfather and the narrator are making to hide the monkey. Well, Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. Sociably means cooperating with each other. Like human being is a social animal, he cannot live separately. Well, he had a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, you can see in the picture, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. Cool. And now he had a monkey as well. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. He knew that he won't let the animals take rest. So he thought that he would take the animal with him. Unfortunately, I couldn't accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. Means what happened on the way. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto to keep it inside, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode, new residence. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. He couldn't go anywhere. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. So in any case, he would not go anywhere. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump onto the air. He could do only these things, an exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers. Everyone was surprised to see the sack moving. And on the Dehradun railway platform, you can see in the picture that everybody was curious to know what was there in the sack, because the monkey inside, Toto inside, occasionally jumped and the sack kept moving. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. So funny that Toto, he came out of the bag and he gave a wide smile to the ticket collector. Unexpectedly, he came out and he gave a wide grin, as you can see in the picture. The poor man was taken aback. He was extremely shocked, surprised. But with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you? You will have to pay for it accordingly." In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog, and it was not a dog, for your information, or even as a quadruped. Although he is four-legged, but he is not a dog. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was sum handed over as fare. Then grandfather, just to get his own bag, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this? Since you charge for all animals, so you should pay for tortoise as well." The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger. Prodded means pushed or jabbed. Gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look and said, "No charge. It is not a dog. You can take them." We'll continue the next part of this amusing story in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.